Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
Please verify signal clarity. Please verify signal clarity. Please verify signal clarity. Please verify signal clarity.
Quiet, we're on the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
I think I was able to put some good swings on the ball today, and it just kind of builds confidence in being able to find good pitches to hit and try to put my best swing on them. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of a wild stat. And I think everyone knows what this offense can do. I mean, that first month, it was a pretty special offense. So, I mean, coming out after the All-Star break and putting that up was definitely shows us again, like, who we can be and what we can do going forward.
There's no such thing as a bad Chris Sale, but on a night like tonight, you see those first couple innings. How excited do you get working with him when he's got his stuff working like that?
Yeah, when he's executing his pitches like that, throwing his slider for strikes and below the zone and the changeup as well. I mean, you can kind of go anywhere with it. So, yeah, it makes it easy on me when he goes out there and just kind of dominates like that.
BP got rained out. You guys scored 15 runs. You guys taking BP tomorrow?
I have no idea. That's a good question, though. We'll find out soon.
Elephant out of the room, Victor Medeiros, the new hottest two-way player in the league.
The new Shohei.
That was great.
How good is it just for, not only personally get things started on the right foot, but the team as well to have such a good first game out of the break?
Yeah, I think, it's basically like another opening day. We put a lot of emphasis on the first game of the year, and then we have this, 4-day break. So it's almost like another first game starting the second half. So, but I mean, just basically from the get-go was just an offensive onslaught. It was a lot of fun to be a part of, and to your point, yeah, I mean, just the perfect way to kind of start the second half, with some energy.
It's through 18 starts of this season, I looked back and saw what Randy Johnson did at his 37-year-old season. That you're not going to match those strikeouts, but you have better ERA, than he did, I think you're the only one to actually have this kind of ERA and the amount of strikeouts you do at this stage. How much fun is it to continue to do what your idol did, or what you aimed to do as a child?
It's exciting. For me, the numbers part of it comes secondary to winning games. Being a good teammate, I think, I do appreciate it. Just to be able to it's crazy for me to think to be even mentioned in the same conversation as him, so, it's humbling to say the least.
This rotation had to kind of grind it out at times this year, especially over the last month or so. How meaningful was it to get that 7 innings in the books and get the second half started with that as well?
Yeah, I think, we've put a lot on our bullpen. They've been, unbelievable for the first half of the season. So hopefully, starting with today, we can kind of pick them up for the second half so we can kind of keep those guys fresh for, when we get down the stretch and we're really going to need them.
Drake had a great day at the plate today.
He's all right.
Kind of seeing him, obviously, you've been able to, obviously share that clubhouse and be with him for the past 2 years of his career. Just kind of what have you seen from him for such a young player that makes him special right now?
Yeah, I think, he's got the maturity of someone who's been in the league for, 10 plus years. I think, again, being a catcher, I'll die saying this, that catching is the hardest position on the field. Not only do you have to worry about calling games, you're calling games for multiple pitchers, starters, guys getting called up, new guys getting traded over, and you got to go out there and hit. So, for him to be able to do what he's done, winning Rookie of the Year, going to his first All-Star game, even tonight, there was just no stopping. So, it's been impressive.
Do you feel nice and rested coming into this one? I know it was a busy week, but you feel like you had full tank coming into this one?
Yeah, I mean, I threw 3 innings a week ago, so and I was able to kind of keep my arm going over the break. Threw a few times, I threw at the Derby and before the All-Star game. Played some catch in the backyard with my kids on Wednesday, and then we had a light workout here yesterday, so I was able to mostly stay on schedule, so that helped.
You are the only pitcher to ever have this kind of ERA and 120 plus strikeouts your first 18 starts at 37-year-old. That's cool, but also just to think about what were you doing as a 12-year-old in Lakeland when Johnson was going through his 2001 season? I mean, I know they're all kind of bunched together. What do you remember about those years?
Acting like him, pitching to my dad in the backyard, honestly. Playing Little League baseball at Peterson Park and playing travel ball in Auburndale. I think it might have been the year I went to Cooperstown too. So, And it's funny you say that because even the coach of that travel ball team nicknamed me the little unit because he was the big unit. So, again, I mean, I wore 51 as a kid. Obviously, I wear 51 here, to represent, how I think of Randy Johnson. So, again, it takes a lot to get to this position, and I'm thankful and I'm appreciative of all the people that I've leaned on because, it wasn't easy, and I put in a lot of work, but there's a lot of people around me putting in a lot of work. Our coaching staff, our training staff, our strength coaches, my teammates playing defense behind me, my catchers. Again, I'm probably the laziest starting pitcher in the league because I don't do any studying, I don't do any film. I literally put it all on them. So, a lot of emphasis is on my catchers too, getting me through those games.
I know he's only been out for a couple of weeks. And anything stuck out to you about Owen Murphy? Makes his first start tomorrow. Anything stick out as a pitcher, teammate, person?
Yeah, I think again there's something about these young guys coming up that just have poise on the mound. I've seen it with Didi all throughout this year. You see it with J.R. Ritchie, and then with Murphy. He looks like he wants to be here. Pouring in strikes, and again, just his demeanor, how he handles, what he looks like on the mound, how he walks off the mound. The stuff speaks for itself. I mean, his stuff is unbelievable. So I mean, there's no surprise why he's here, but. Again, these young guys just coming up with that demeanor and with the poise. You don't see that a whole lot. And again, I think that's more than half the battle when you get to the big leagues is not only trusting your stuff but believing that you belong here. And got to kind of look the part too. And these guys are doing that.
Sale was awesome again, like he is virtually every time out, and kind of what the doctor ordered. He went deep in the game, and our offense did what they did. So that's we kind of spoke it into existence before the game. But it's great to see Drake. He looking like himself again. I mean, I saw that on the road. He wasn't necessarily getting a ton of hits, but he was swinging the bat really well. And that looks like Drake before the injury this year. So that's a great sign. Great sign that our offense did what it did. It all starts with Sale.
Faced Randy Johnson and Clemens later in their careers and stuff. I mean, it's just cool to watch Chris Sale and kind of draw on some of those memories.
Yeah, no, I how I've talked about him from the beginning as a Hall of Famer, and. Because I've seen those guys that you mentioned, and he's in that class. I mean, you saw tonight, got his 2,700 punch out. It's a big number. Just went to his 10th All-Star game. I mean, he's doing some really impressive things, putting together just an unbelievable career, and then he'll end up in Cooperstown for it.
You got Drake going again. Some other guys maybe swing the bat better, and Ronald's on the horizon. Do you feel like this offense can get back to where it was those first?
I do, and that's why I said that before the game. I know we've had a tough stretch here offensively in June. I feel like our offense is going to be just fine. Some of the reasons you mentioned, Ronald coming back, guys starting to look like themselves. And the guys that have been constant, throughout the year, like Olsen, and Michael's doing his thing, and Ozzy's having a good year. So you put it all together, and I think when we're clicking on all cylinders when Ronald gets back, and I think I feel good about where our offense is headed.
Probably when you made those defensive changes, thinking there's no way Victor gets up.
Yeah, well, I thought it might happen just because I wanted to get Olsen. I wanted to get the All-Stars out of there really, because that's that's a whirlwind going to that All-Star game. It's just so much going on for those guys. So it was Ozzie and Drake and Olsen. I wanted to get them off their feet. To do it, obviously, you had to put our DH in the game and Dom. And so I thought it might happen. I was contemplating, telling Medeiros not to swing. Because I didn't want him pulling a rib cage or so, an oblique or something like that. So I made him promise me he wasn't going to swing hard, because he was talking about when he took BP last year, he was hitting balls in the upper deck, and I was like, no. Just you got to promise me I'll let you swing if you promise me you don't go crazy up there. And I think he hit the ball 104, so I think he probably swung pretty hard. But he was pretty excited. I mean, those are awkward circumstances. In a blowout, you don't want to celebrate certain things. But I think he was running the first like Joe Carter when he hit the walk off.
Where's he batting tomorrow?
I'll sleep on that one.
Drake said that he looked over, he had his batting helmet on. Medeiros did maybe about 5 or 6 batters before he
Yeah, he was looking for batting gloves, probably a helmet. I mean, yeah, he had to borrow everything. So it'd be interesting to see when the last time a pitcher got a hit in the game. I mean, probably been a while, but Bo probably.
In all honesty, he was here tonight. If you count Nicky Lopez had 4 hits one night and you pitched him.
Oh, I remember that game, but an actual pitcher.
Before that.
Yeah. But yeah, it turned into a weird game, but a lot of good things happened before that stuff. So it's a great way to come out of the break and start the second half. And I do think for all the struggles that we went through in June, we're going to be better for it. We're going to be more battle tested. I just think that you develop some mental toughness through times like that. I always talk about you're making deposits in the bank of mental toughness. When you have to deal with stuff like that, and when you come out the other side, and you're still intact, there's some growth there. So I do think. I always felt there were better days ahead when we were going through that because of the guys that we're going to get back and that type of thing. But I do think it makes you more battle tested in the long run.
You're in Braves country.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
It is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here, it can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another. There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. The whole stands full of people all roaring. In baseball, never known an instance where so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets.
Line drive and a base hit! Just as the score of the tying run. Green to the plate. And he is saved! We're 1 out away, Braves country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you've got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet, trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires over first. Baby, sound the trumpets. Do the job through the streets. Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the World Series. And the place is going bananas. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
You're in Braves country.
Good afternoon, Braves country. Just moments away from first pitch, Owen Murphy's first start in the major leagues. And he'll be going head-to-head with an old familiar foe, Mackenzie Gore. Spent most of his career with the Washington Nationals. Leading off for the Texas Rangers today, it's an old familiar name again, Jock Peterson. He'll be followed by Wyatt Langford in left. Peterson's the designated hitter. Young batting third, playing third. Nimmo in right and batting cleanup. Berger is at first, batting fifth. Duran batting sixth at short. Carter seventh in center. Lopez batting seventh and at second, and guy that we'll familiarly call Higashioka is behind the plate and batting ninth. Atlanta Braves lineup will look like this in the bottom of the first. Drake Baldwin, you can see it on your screen. Drake Baldwin, followed by Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson, Michael Harris, Dubon. Eli is in the lineup in right. He's batting sixth in front of Austin Riley, who's batting seventh and at third. Bart is behind the plate, and JJ, Jim Jarvis, getting a start against a left-hander, so that tells you they've got some faith in Jim Jarvis against the southpaw. We thought maybe we would get Jorge Mateo. And left to right across the outfield for your Atlanta Braves, it'll be Dubon, Harris, and Eli. And around the horn, third to first, Riley, Jarvis, Ozzie, and Olson. Bart, once again, is behind the plate. As the 3D has been uncovered. We'll bring it to you. And, of course, Owen Murphy is on the hill. What you can expect from Owen Murphy, probably not this percentage. Remember, he was in the bullpen, so his percentages will change quite a bit. But he's got a four-seam slider, changing curve. He threw the four-seamer 60% of the time. Change up 18%, curve 16%, and the slider 6%. Like I said, down in the minors, hit a much different mix of pitches. Owen Murphy is set, and we're just about set. And the first pitch on the way. Yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. And the first pitch is right down the pipe. Called for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1 turns and kicks. Swing, chopper. Off the instep. 1-2. So an 0-2 count. Infield back into the right as the home plate umpire dusts off the plate, giving Bart a chance to react to the ball that also ricocheted off of him. Jock Peterson is at the plate, pearls and all. The 0-2 pitch. Busts him inside, four-seamer. Misses spot they were setting up outside. And it is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, swing blasted.
high and deep into right field. And even though he got a piece of Bart, I believe it's going to be a home run. And Jock Peterson does Jock Peterson type things. It's a home run to start the game. 419 feet towards the chop house. And some things never change. 1-0 your score. Looking at the replay, maybe it was the follow-through. Oh, no, he was pointing at his dugout. That's what he was doing. I thought he was apologizing for hitting Bart on the follow-through or vice versa. So 1-0 your score. First pitch swinging, and it's a comebacker. Atom ball. Attaboy. Owen Murphy. One away. L1 on your scorecard. A hot shot, a line drive. But a good play there by Murph. Maybe that'll get the butterflies out of the way. Owen Murphy, one of the Braves' top prospects, fires the four-seam fastball down and away to Jace Young. It's 1-0. Kicks and fires, swung on and lifted. High and deep into right field, going back near the warning track, but underneath it is the Book of Eli for out number 2. So a couple long fly balls and a hot shot right back to the pitcher. Getting the ball over the plate quite a bit. He's got to be able to find those edges as a starter here in Major League Baseball. He's going to have to tone that down a bit. Righty-lefty, Brandon Nimmo, the batter. Right there on the outer edge, called for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Down and in, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. One to nothing your score. If you're just joining us, Jock Peterson, a solo shot to start the game for the Rangers. The 1-1 pitch. Swing! Fouls it back. Changeup. 1-2. We'll be putting the roll call line here in a second. We'll start trying to do those in the bottom of the first, or middle of the first, I guess I should say. Get more folks involved as opposed to the way we normally do it. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blew the four-seam fastball right by him, and that'll end the inning. But not before Jock Peterson goes yard. We'll be back in just a moment with roll call. About that time.
Come back.
Too late.
Well, it's about that time. We can all root this greasy yard.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good to see everybody in the chat. Who we got here? Rebecca! I beg your pardon, we didn't promise you a rosemary garden. You, Tubby, good to see you. Royal Peta, Uncle Charlie. Tom Fisher. Lucy, he's home. Mark Ricky Ricardo. Cody Turner. Uncle Charlie. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch swinging here to start the game, and Drake Baldwin is going to go ahead and drop it into left field, and it's a leadoff single for your Atlanta Braves. Good piece of hitting there by Drake. A fastball high and over the plate, and he slapped it to left instead of pulling it, and the Drake is back, baby. He's back.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the
New
Drake.
Teen
How
Slow.
could you not like the Drake?
Rules the Drake.
And Bananas. Mike Weiss. Septimom. First pitch upstairs. Four-seamer misses high. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Grande. Donna Criddle. Darren. Jody. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Ozzie Albies down 0-2. Katie, senior. Who else do we have in here today? I think that's everybody that has commented recently. If we missed somebody, just jump in the chat. We'll be doing Where Do You Hail From during the next break. The 0-2 pitch fouls it away, and we'll do it again. So an 0-2 count. We just basically noticed the short of it is that most people were not coming in for the pregame, so we're going to wait until folks actually started showing up to do all the festivities. Open stance from the right side. Ozzie Albies digging in once again. The 0-2 pitch. Swing. And it's going to be a soft flare over towards left field. Running back making the catch is Jace Young for out number 1. Just kind of got under that and hooked it. Left to right across the outfield for the Rangers, Langford, Carter, and Nimmo. Round the horn, third to first, Young, Duran, Lopez, and Berger. Higgy behind the plate and Gore on the bump. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Matt Olson is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. What you'll get from Mackenzie Gore is a 6-pitch mix. He leans on that four-seamer 44% of the time, so most of the time you're getting either that or the curve at 21%. The 0-1 pitch, swing, rifles back to 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-2. Changeup comes at 11, cutter 9, slider 9, and then to keep you off balance, he'll throw that sinker at about 5% of the time. Southpaw spent most of his career with the Washington Nationals, so the Braves are very familiar with them. The 0-2 pitch. Oof, that was close. They're going to challenge this. I think Olson's going to regret not swinging at that one. And here's the challenge, and sure enough, dead money. That was on target. Good to see Nickel Pickle. So 2 down. 2 down and 1 on. Michael Harris II coming to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. And the first pitch is a four-seam fastball. Missed outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 count. Kicks and brings it. Swing and a miss. Four-seamer down around his ankles. Swung at a bad one there. 1-1. Harris is 4 for 15 lifetime with 2 home runs, which is probably why they decided to put him behind Olson instead of breaking up all these left-handers. The 1-1 pitch punches it high over the dugout, and it's 1-2. I don't think I particularly love the lineup because you have three lefties in the first four batters that the southpaw faces, and then after that you've got a lot of right-handers crammed down at the bottom. So if you're the Rangers, you can strategize and have him finish off the lefties one last time and then go to the right-handers in the bullpen. The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. 2-2. Home plate umpire today is Ben May. First base, John Trupane. First base is Brendan Miller. Second base, John Trupane. And down the third base line, it's Chris Conroy. The 2-2 pitch, swing, chopper. Past the first base dugout, foul. And we'll do it again. The 2-2 count. Brings it, swing, rips it over towards second, but that's going to be an L4 in the books. So the Braves put one on with Drake Baldwin, then nothing doing after that. We'll be back in a flash. 1-0, Texas.
Where do you come from? Where do you hail from?
You're in Braves country.
It's always great to hear where everybody's listening here in Braves country. Got folks in North Carolina and Tennessee and Texas, Florida, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Virginia, good old Noonan, Georgia, right outside Atlanta, Eastern Iowa, Thompson, is that Nacogdoches? I'm thinking that PB's just screwing with me. Alabama, Greenbow, Alabama, Idaho, we go back to work here. Second inning for Mr. Owen Murphy. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging. Four-seamer is popped up in the sky, and it's going to be can of corn. Who wants it? Matt Olson makes the grab. F3, one away. One up, one down. Braves trail 1-0. That's the bad news. The good news is Murphy did not use a lot of pitches in that inning. He threw just 11. Had the home run. He had a couple hard hit balls, but I'm just going to chalk a lot of that up to nerves. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch. Four-seamer misses high. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Infield back into the left. Duran the batter. Ezekiel Duran. The pitch on the way. Upstairs. Called for a strike. One count. Upstairs misses high. They checked down the first base line. Did not go around. Drake was asking for
confirmation. Didn't look particularly close, but nonetheless. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, punches it back foul, and it is 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Murph comes set. Kicks and fires. Down below the knees, full count. You will notice that we do have a Murphy emoji for you country club members. The payoff pitch. Man, that was close. Right there at the knees. Drake didn't challenge it, but that doesn't mean anything. He's been bad. It did miss the zone ball 4. He missed a ton of them last. Or excuse me, that's Joey Bart today. Well, he has been much better. Let's be fair. That's your Murphy. We might do something different down the line. We wanted to get one in for today. That's your Murphy emoji. Righty, lefty, Evan Carter, the batter. First pitch bringing it. Change up. It's 0-1. Got to be careful there. He hung that change up about belt high over the plate, and that's usually one of those souvenirs you don't get back. The 0-1. Owen drops the 4-seamer 93 miles an hour. Just below the knees, 1-1. So 1-1 count. 1-0 your score. Just getting going here, top of the second, here in Atlanta, Georgia. The 1-1 pitch showing bunt. Change up off the plate, 2-1. Atlanta Braves are in their City Connect jerseys today. Powder blue tops with Atlanta across the chest in white, outlined in a reddish hues. The 2-1 pitch. Swing! Smacks the slider down the line. 2-2. Same with the ball cap. It's a white A representing the city of Atlanta. Outlined in red. Blue bill. Darker blue bill. Powder blue ball cap. Dark blue bill. Lowercase a. Like the ones they wore in the 70s. The 2-2. Upstairs. That's a strike, and Bart's not going to challenge that? That's a bad non-challenge there. 100% in the strike zone, and they're showing the replay now. I mean, 75, 80% of that ball's in the strike zone. That's a bad job. Bad job by Joey Bart. The payoff pitch. Swing, files it back, and we'll do it again. You got to be able to spot those if you're going to stay in the major leagues. And you're going to have to help out your young pitcher. He's going to struggle as it is being a youngster against a pretty good lineup in Texas. They're going to flip it over to first to keep the runner close by, to full count. So put an asterisk on that. If they get any more runs off of this, you can put that solely on the shoulders of Joey Bart. Should be 2 down with 1 on. And instead, trouble a-brewing. The payoff pitch, nowhere near the zone ball 4. So not being able to identify a strike has caused the Braves, not only for the home plate umpire, Ben May, who is always bad. I mean, he's one of the worst that we see. But you've got to be aware of that if you're Joey Bart, who's behind the plate. You know what his consistencies are. Hefner's going to go out there and talk to him real quick. Probably just tell him to put that behind him. What he should be saying is, Bart, what the hell are you doing, man? Get the best seat in the house. Are you paying attention to this game? So first and second. And 1 out. And Nicky Lopez coming to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch to Lopez. Swing, chopper down the first base side. It's 0-1. Double play depth. The 0-1 pitch. Swing chopped on the ground. Ozzy's got it. And it's a 4-6-3 inning double play. So a great job by the Braves defense and a good pitch there by Owen Murphy. We'll get out of the jam and head to the bottom of the second here in Braves country.
Oh, my mama. This broke-ass world. You don't even find money on the ground no more.
At the risk of sounding dumb, what is a real estate novelist? And why does it take up so much time that Paul can't have a wife? Let me know, because I cannot figure it out.
When scientists say things like polar bears can smell a seal up to 20 miles away, what test did y'all run to figure that out? Did you do you realize how far 20 miles is? How did y'all figure that out? I just have so many questions.
I am 37 years old today. Is this the age when we can just start rounding up? Like whenever somebody says something like, oh, why are you limping around? I'm 40, do what I want.
Why don't escaped convicts make good writers? Because they never finish their sentences.
No other public figure was worshipped like the Babe. Thanks to his friends in the press, Ruth's repulsive behavior was never reported. His vulgar side rarely seen. To his adoring fans, Ruth's indiscretions were harmless. He was a humble everyman, a kindred spirit.
You know how an aura exudes? There was a quality about Ruth that just invited you in.
They didn't care a whole lot about exhibition games. By and large, you play half a game and that's it. But the guys are complaining and says, "Jeez, Krauts, let's get out of here." And the Babe says, "You want to get out of here?" He says, "I'll stop the game next inning." Next inning, some young kid ran out for his autograph. And the Babe, he signs for him. Well, I looked for another kid to come on. The first thing in the center field was filled up with kids. That's the end of the ball game.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
Congratulations, Scotty and Bobby. Thank you for the channel support. First pitch on the way to start the inning. It's a four-seam fastball. Foul back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Turns and kicks. Inside. Four-seamer misses high. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Swing, slices it towards right field, and that ball's going to get down for a base hit. So a leadoff single once again for your Atlanta Braves. Let's see if we can do something with it this time.
Pardon me, would you have any? But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. A little bit off the plate. Look like the curve. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss upstairs. 1-1.
gobble, goober gobble. Why not run?
We accept that water. We accept that water.
1-1 pitch swing, belted, high and deep. Get up! Get up! Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lamma, ding-dong, a 2-run shot, and the Book of Eli, baby, makes it 2-1. Holy Toledo! That ball was yanked and cranked.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, from the dust we are, and to the dust we shall return.
406 happy feet over the left field wall into the second level, but it popped and hit the facade out there and dropped down. The 1-0 pitch. Swing ripped by Austin Riley. And he's aboard with a single. Still nobody out. Let's get it, Braves country.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
This is the kind of team I like to see. Lefty-righty matchup. Curveball off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Joey Bart. Maybe he can make up for that missed opportunity on the strikeout for Owen Murphy here. The 1-0 to Bart. Drops a curveball, tear at the knee. That was a pretty pitch right there. 1-1. I think the big thing here for Bart, if you don't get a base hit, you'd like to see a productive out where he moves the runner over to second and stays out of the double play. Standing on deck is JJ, Jim Jarvis. On after that is Drake Baldwin. The 1-1 high and out of the zone, 2-1. So after this batter, you have 4 of the next 5 batters are left-handers, and that's kind of what I was referring to earlier about the way they set up this lineup. Braves lead it 2-1. Brings it down and in, 3-1. And you hope it doesn't have a bearing on the game, but you get later in the game and it's a close ball game, you can bring a left-hander in to kind of wipe out an inning plus. You've got that kid Latz. It's been pretty good. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, cutter. 3-2. So full count to Bart. Time is called. Stepping out of the box. Two runs, 4 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 1-1-0 for Texas. The 3-2. Down and in, ball 4. So Bart gets aboard.
What's shaking, man?
And what's your name, little boy?
I'm Bart. Who the hell are you?
Bart.
Ay, caramba.
Jordan Teague's the pitching coach. He's gotten quite the workout the last
Eat my shorts.
couple of days, going up and down those stairs. He's out there to talk to Mackenzie Gore. Mackenzie Gore, I was looking at his numbers because I was curious how he's been pitching. He was always really good for the Washington Nationals. He was one of their best prospects when he first came up. He's involved in that big trade they made a few years back. But you look at his game log of recent, and there may be some concern, some reason for concern. Last game was pretty good, but he only went 4 innings against Houston, giving up 1 run. Before that, He went 5 and gave up 7, and then went 5 and gave up 5, all in the month of July. So right now, standing right now to the pitch, current to the pitch, he's got an 8.36 ERA in July. You wonder if he may be getting some dead arm issues. Lefty-lefty matchup. Jim Jarvis shows bunt, turns around as he takes the strike at the knees, sinker. It's 0-1. Drake Baldwin standing on deck. Ozzie Albies is in the hole. The Braves lead it 2-1. The 0-1 pitch. Down below the knees, 1-1. We'll pull the stream back so you can get a better view in case there is a bunt or anything going on with 2 on and nobody out. And we would do this more often if the thing would work every time we push the button, but it doesn't. The 1-1 swing chops it over the edge, 1-2. 1-2 count. Texas took the early lead in the first inning with a solo shot by Jock Peterson to get the game going. Braves have just scored 2 of their own here in this inning. Bottom of the second, the 1-2 pitch, swing, rolls it over towards second, and they're going to get the lead run, well, not the lead runner, but the runner going first to second. Joey Bart, the catcher, not with blazing speed. So he'll be out on a 4-6 put out. And Jim Jarvis reaches on a fielder's choice. Austin Riley makes it down to third with 1 away. And Drake Baldwin can add to the lead with just a fly ball to the outfield. With Jim Jarvis's speed, now there's a lefty on the mound. Got to keep an eye on the fact that Jim may be taken off. So here we go. Lefty-lefty matchup. 2-1 your score. Bottom of the second. First pitch on the way. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. Just missed it on the outer edge. It's 1-0. 1-0 count. First and third, 1 away. Infield back into the right, outfield deep and straight away. The 1-0 pitch swing. That ball is hot rocket up the middle, and that's going to score the run. The Braves lead it 3-1. Good piece of hitting by the Drake.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
The Drake is good, and the Drake is back, baby. He's back. A hot shot up the middle, stayed behind, kept his balance, and smoked it. Hit them where they ain't, and they were not standing anywhere close to that. He drilled the ball just off to the right-hand side of the second base bag, and Jarvis goes around to third. So once again, runners on the corners. Once again, 1 away, and the Braves lead it 3-1. And Ozzie Albies has a chance to add to the lead with a fly ball himself. Olsen on deck. Open stance from the right side from Ozzie. First pitch on the way. Upstairs, misses high. It's 1-0. The 1-0, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, cutter. In over the top. 1-1. Kind of good he didn't make contact with that pitch because that was probably going to be a pop-up if he does. Thank you, Nick. Niggle the pickle coming through. The 1-1. Swing lifted. High and deep into center field. Coming over, making the easy catch is Carter. But here comes the throw to the infield. And your Atlanta Braves have made it a 4-1 lead. RBI sac fly for Ozzie. We're going to play JJ's tune because we haven't played it much recently.
You know, JJ, I tell you, man, you got too much class.
What can I say? This is it. 100% pure butter.
So 4-1 your score, 2 outs.
Hey, you better slow down. Just slow down now. I can't. My motor is running like
I can't stop. Happy, bright, pure dynamite!
And here comes Matt Olson, lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch upstairs. This is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Turns and kicks. Slider misses. Ball 2-2-0. If he does pitch around him, Michael Harris stands on deck, so it doesn't get much easier. The 2-0 count. Set up on the outside. Swing and a miss. Slider creeped in over the plate. Matt Olson would love to have that one back. That was right in his wheelhouse. You talk about a pitch, you're like, can we get a redo? The 2-1. Swing pops back the four-seam fastball. A little behind that one, and it's 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 outs, a 2-2 count here in the second inning. The Braves have put the double deuce on the board. It's 4-1. The 2-2 pitch, swing, slaps it back foul, went down for that slider. Just couldn't time it up, and we'll do it one more time. Harris on deck, Dubon in the hole. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Braves put 4 on the board. It's 4-1, son, here on a Saturday in Braves country.
What's for dinner? Hey, Chef, what's for dinner?
My favorite. What's for dinner?
Get in my belly!
Blob, the Blob, Blob Barker, Blob of the Hut, and Rub-a-Dub Chub.
What do you want for dinner?
I don't care.
One large jambalaya, please.
Jambalaya.
Biggie can't fit through doorway.
Oh, this is fantastic.
You got my shirt at the Big and Tall shop? When did I make the crossover?
I can't feel my hands. You gonna eat your cornbread?
It's the wood that makes it good.
Oh my God, I'm fatter than the skipper.
No and then! No and then! No and then! No and then!
I refuse to play your Chinese food mind games.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, Chinese food seems kind of complicated. Well, maybe for a less experienced chef.
That ketchup?
It's just a base. You don't understand cooking.
Hey, you know what? I just figured out what I want for dinner. A nice hot bowl of shredded stew.
Gazpacho, por favor. Por favor? I'm part Spanish. Adios, muchacho.
Maybe you're getting cheese ball syndrome.
I love broccoli. It's good for you.
Then maybe you'd like to have a piece.
Vile weed!
Hurry up and munch those fries. We've got to get back to work soon.
One large crab bisque to go.
You want bread? You're pushing your luck, little man.
You know what? I'm sorry. I've had shredded stew before, and it sure as diddly didn't taste like that.
I'll tell you what, a refill on this delicious exotic tea.
That's duck sauce.
That is good.
We're trying to lose weight.
Fatty McButterpants.
Lay up there, I'm starving.
I'm gonna order us some pizza.
Little neighborhood joint called Domino's.
Domino's?
Everybody enjoying the food so far?
Oh my God, yes. We're gonna come tomorrow night and every other night for the rest of our lives.
Oh, and don't cheap out on the tip. We all know you're loaded now.
What's for dinner?
We accept one of us. We accept one of us. Uber gobble, Uber gobble, Uber gobble. One of us.
We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us. Google gobble, one of us. Google gobble, one of us. Google gobble. Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
First pitch on the way to Kyle Higashioka. Higgy, as he's usually called. Takes it for a strike its own way. He's going to take his timeout. Looks like he got something in his eye. Maybe it was that fastball. The 0-1. Turns and kicks. Upstairs, slider, top shelf Tequila, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Kyle Higashioka, 6'1", 202-pounder. The 0-2 pops it back foul. We'll do it again. It's out of Huntington Beach, California. Played his high school ball there at Edison High School. And he was drafted by the New York Yankees way back in 2008. The 0-2 pitch, swing. Lifts it down the right field line, plenty foul. Do it one more time. The lifetime .218 hitter with 75 home runs to his name. He was with the Yankees from 2017 all the way to 2023 before he went to San Diego, Texas in 2025. The 0-2 pitch, swing, lifted. High, pretty deep into left center field, and Dubon knocks into Harris. Idiotic defensive play by Mauricio Dubon, and the runner's going to be safe. Harris is the center fielder. He always has the call on the ball. And they were converging. Harris standing there waiting to make the catch. In fact, he caught it, and Dubon knocked it out of his glove. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite. I know it's a little difficult when you're Dubon. You're playing all these different positions, so I will give him a break. But you just got to be better when you're there in the major leagues. You got to know your role, and if you're playing left. And remember, he plays center a lot and shortstop, and those are the captains of the infield and outfield. First pitch swinging by Jock Peterson. He drills it into right field. And they've got runners on first and second, nobody out. So I guess what I'm saying, when he's in left, he's so used to playing center and short where when he calls for a ball, he's not listening, he's commanding. But when you're in left, you have to be listening. And if you hear Harris calling it off, you got to stand down and get behind him. They did give the error, by the way, to Dubon. So first and second, nobody out, and Wyatt Langford the batter. Langford lined out to the pitcher's first time up. First pitch on the way, four-seam fastball, smacked away. It's 0-1. It's a hot shot, a rocket right up the middle. And Owen Murphy was able to catch it with ease. His first time up, the 0-1 pitch. Swing, rips it into left center field. That's down for a base hit. And that'll cut the Braves' lead to 4-2. So the error does cost the Braves a run. It also sets up runners on the corners with nobody out. Here in the top of the third, Owen Murphy really hasn't shown that strikeout ability. He is down a strikeout. He should have gotten that one that Bart did not challenge, that Ben May, the home plate umpire, screwed up. But he's only at one strikeout so far. That's kind of what he's going to need to dial in to get out of this jam. He needs a strikeout right now. You'd take a double play, but it would score a run. Infield back into the left. The first pitch on the way. Slider down and away. It's 1-0. When you got a youngster on the mound, you've got to make those simple plays like that. You can't add to him because he's already, a million things already rolling through his mind. 1-0 count. Murphy brings it. Right there, P at the knees. Sinker at 92. Looks like they are going to get that Rays and Red Sox game going. It is in a rain delay right now, but they're supposed to get going in about 10 minutes. As y'all following the Red Sox Rays. The 1-1 pitch. Swing! Bangs it down the line, foul. 1-2. Cubs right now lead the Twins in the bad news in Philadelphia. Phillies 4-1 over the Mets. They are in the sixth, heading to the bottom of the sixth. Philadelphia. They are in Philadelphia. Other games of interest. Marlins lead the Brewers 3-1 in the third. The 1-2 count. Outside misses 2-2. Trying to paint the edge. Not a flamethrower. He's been making his way through the ranks, specifically being able to control the ball dotting the edges and corners. The 2-2 pitch, swing, pop up, and that's a can of corn. That is a big time help. Ozzie Albies underneath it. As long as Dubon doesn't come crashing into him from left field, it's one away. All right, I'll lay off Dubon. Games of interest tonight. You got the Dodgers and Yankees at 8:08. I'm assuming that's a Fox game because they've also got another 8:08 game, Giants and Mariners. That's interesting because they have been playing those national Fox games at 7:15, but it's 8:08 tonight. I don't know if that's got something to do with that soccer match that's being played at 5. So that probably has something to do with it. First pitch swinging, ball smoked into right field, and Brandon Nimmo will make it 4-3. Hard hit ball, fastball over the center of the plate, and you can't do that in the major leagues, and it is 4-3. Braves still lead by 1, but Texas back in it for sure. Also later tonight, the Nationals and A's, 10:05. A's have lost 10 or 11 in a row, and last night they got pounded. We thought we pounded Texas last night with the 15-1. They beat the Nationals. The Nationals beat the A's 23-4 in their own home park coming out of the break. Quick mound visit by Hefner once again. That's the second time going out there in this game. Doesn't look like we're going to get much help from the Mets today. They've given up and thrown Kodai Senga in as a reliever, and they are going to start opening up the can on New York. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging. Berger over the top. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Atlanta Braves come into today 3 games in front of Philly, 5 in front of Miami. The 0-1 pitch, swing, pop up, back behind the plate. It's 0-2. Yeah, Sage, we're not going to win the next 68 games in a row, so yes, we do need the Mets to win. 2 on, 1 out. Murphy looking over his shoulder, brings it. Swing, ripped through the hole, diving attempt by Riley. Ball got by him. Here comes the throw to the plate, and they will hold everybody, but the bases are juiced. 1 out. And the kid is in trouble. Just always wonder what a goofy error like that will do to an inning, and it has opened up the floodgates. Braves led this thing 4-1, and is now 4-3. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide as the bases are loaded. 1 out. And the first pitch to Duran, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Warming up in the pen is Dylan Dodd. So the Braves are 3 games in front of Philadelphia altogether. They're 4 in the loss column. 5 in front of Miami, 6 in the loss column. The 0-1 pitch just misses. 0-2. And now the issue will be at hand as the shade starts to cross over home plate. 1-1 count. Swing, pop up back behind the plate. Out of play. that shade will cross over home plate, and the batters will be in it, and the pitchers will not. That'll happen by the time the Braves go to the dish in the bottom of the third, and expect that to last about 2, maybe 3 innings. The 1-2 misses high, four-seam fastball, 2-2. Infield. It's back into the left, double play depth. Duran runs pretty quickly, so you're going to have to turn it quickly if you are going to run turn 2. The 2-2. Murphy comes set. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased a bad one up around his eyeballs. 2 down. Big strikeout there. Huge strikeout. And Walt Weiss is coming out there to get Murphy. He has had enough. Evan Carter, the left-hander, coming to the plate, so we'll go get Dylan Dodd, see if he can get us out of this jam. He'll still get a standing ovation from the crowd, especially his family, as his very first start. He'll leave with the lead. Let's see if Dylan Dodd can do something and help the kid out. Welcome back. First pitch on the way, lefty-lefty matchup. Cutter misses off the edge. It's 1-0. Dodd versus Evan Carter. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss upstairs, 1-1. Braves 4. Rangers 3. The 1-1 misses outside, ball 2, 2-1. Evan Carter, drafted by the Rangers in 2020 out of Elizabethton, Tennessee. That's where he was born and raised. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss upstairs, 2-2. So we're a strike away from getting out of this jam. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 2-2. Swing lifted. High and deep. Down the right field line. Giving chase. A sliding catch by the Book of Eli. Are you kidding me? That is a game-saving catch out there by Eli.
thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us.
Holy Toledo!
Ground we were taken for the dust we are.
We'll head to
the dust we shall
the bottom of the third, clinging to a one-run lead. On this date, 1909. On this date in 1882, without wearing a fielder's glove, Louisville hurler Tommy Mulaney pitches with both arms in an American Association contest against the Baltimore Orioles. The natural right-hander, who is ambidextrous, his efforts were to no avail as the Eclipses lose to Baltimore at Newington Park. On this date, 1921, at Navin Field in Detroit, Babe Ruth becomes the all-time home run king when he hits his 139th blast as a major leaguer. Yankee Slugger's 36th homer of the season, a mammoth shot that covers 500 feet of travel, puts him ahead of 19th century player Roger Connor, who connected on 138 homers during his 18 years in the National League. And on this date, 1923, Philadelphia Phillies owner William Baker demands that the police arrest 11-year-old Robert Cotter for pocketing a foul ball hit in the Baker Bowl bleachers during the Phillies game against the Cubs. After the young spectator spends the night in jail, Philadelphia Municipal Court Judge Brown frees him, saying the boy was, quote, following his most natural instincts, unquote, leading to the team being the first to allow fans to keep foul balls hit out of play. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Welcome back. First pitch is a four-seam fastball down and away to Michael Harris II. It's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup, the 1-0. Swing. Hammered. High. Deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Off the chop house. Ram-a-lamma ding-dong. A solo shot. And Money Mike wakes back up.
You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle. It's all right. My name is Money Mike. All right, then. Use your ass. This ain't for play. I don't do this for fun. Might want to shave. Might want to shave somebody else. Never know.
A hanger, a banger. And it's 5-3. First pitch on the outer edge to Mauricio Dubon. He owes us at least one run. Dubon, the 0-1. Swing, rifles it back, foul. It's 0-2. The 0-2 high and outside, goes all the way to the backstop, just a bit outside. 1-2. The 1-2. Turns and kicks. Way off the mark, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Braves lead it 5-3. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, blew it right by him, and there's one away. Dubon heads back to the dugout. And the man of the hour, the Book of Eli, coming to the plate. He's already hit a 2-run homer his first time up. He saved at least 2 runs with that sliding catch in left field, and to be honest, it's probably 3 because the ball's probably going to get away a bit if he doesn't make that catch. And everybody was on the move with 2 outs. First pitch is a curveball right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Now, they always say it seems like when a guy makes a great catch and he bats the next inning, he does something at the plate. As the 0-1 down and in. 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it. Swing, rifles it back, foul, 1-2. You can't tell on your screen, but the Braves batters are in the shade right now, starting to completely cover home plate, and it's going to be a little more difficult the next inning or so. 1-2 count. Turns and fires, swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down. 2 down here in the bottom of the third. And Austin Riley, who singled his first time up, coming to the plate. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch. Drops a curveball down and in. 1-0. 1-0. Rips and fires down and in. Did that ball get him? That ball get him? I guess they're going to say that ball hit him in the foot. So Austin Riley heads on down to first. 2 outs. And Joey Bart will be the batter.
Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch, four-seamer. 95 miles an hour, blew it right by him up top. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and grips. Inside high, 1-1. Phillies all over the Mets right now, 6-1 in the 7th. So the Braves will need to win this to keep pace and stay 3 above Philadelphia. The 1-1 pitch. Dribbled over towards short. Should be an easy throw for Duran. It is. Making the grab is Berger, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put another one on the board. It's 5-3 good guys here in Game 2 coming out of the break.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your gang tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
Valentine's Day, my ass gonna walk up to random couples and be like, "Oh, so this why you ain't answering my calls?"
The Superdome is full of folks as number 8 ranked Pittsburgh and number 2 Georgia will go after each other. Ballou to Walker, outside for the corner. It's a foot race. Touchdown. Marino on a roll. Puts it in the air. Touchdown. Goes to John Brown.
Good hands by Brown. Breaks it in for the touchdown.
It's Pittsburgh 17 and Georgia 13. It is 4th down for Pitt. 4th and 4.5. Could be the last play for him. Marino goes deep. Brown, touchdown! John Brown makes a great catch with 35 seconds to play.
So after my dad got out of the service, they took him into the Yankee clubhouse, show him around, and he still had his sailor's uniform on. One of the guys said, "That's the Barra kid that they're talking about? He don't look much like a ball player." And Pete Sheehy, the longtime Yankee clubhouse man, said he took one look at Dad in his sailor's uniform. He don't look much like a sailor either.
First of all, he wasn't 6'3", 210 pounds of pure gold with blonde hair. He was Yogi. Everything about him was kind of funny.
Everything about Yogi was round, the rounded shoulders, and he was, the whole structure was circular.
You have to understand, too, the Yankees, they were almost like America's team. There was a look, there was an elegance about them with Joe DiMaggio, Tommy Henrich. So when Yogi comes to the team, you've got this 5'7", awkward-looking, kind of talked a little funny as well. You know, they say he doesn't look like a Yankee.
Welcome back. First pitch to Nicky Lopez. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves lead at 5-3. Top of the fourth. The 1-0. Sinker right there. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Dylan Dodd on for Owen Murphy, who was short-lived, 2 2/3. 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 5 hits allowed. Really came unraveled after the error by Dubon in left field. The 1-1 misses high, ball 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Pops the sinker back foul. That'll even it up 2-2. The 2-2. Pops that one back foul, and we'll do it again. Due up in this inning, it's Lopez, Higgy, and then back to the top of the order, Jock Peterson. And he's 2 for 2 with the home run. So you got to figure Dylan Dodd is going to be asked to stay in at least through Jock Peterson today. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Filthy. One away. If anybody gets on, Langford and then Young. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Atlanta. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Texas Rangers. We're here in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch on the way is a sinker. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. J.R. Ritchie is warming up in the pen. So that's going to throw a lot of things off. They had originally had him earmarked to start in the next series, but that's obviously going to end today. The 0-1. Martin Perez is expected to be ready for his next start. The 0-1 pitch. Chops it back foul. It's 0-2. Been on the IL for a few weeks. It's been reported that he's expected to pitch in the next series. So that may have a lot to do with why they're willing to go to J.R. Ritchie today. The 0-2 count. Brings it. Swing hammered. Over to Riley. Riley's got it. Flips it to first. And it's a 5-3 putout, 2 away. 2 down, and that'll bring Jock Peterson to the plate. Jock Peterson with a single to right. His last time up, and a solo shot his first time up. He's batting .241 on the year with now 16 home runs. Dodd is still in the sun. Peterson in the shade. First pitch. Cutter misses off the edge. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Outside wide. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Right there, just grabs the outer edge. Good pitch. Good pitch, 2-1. Jock didn't necessarily like that pitch, but it looked like it painted the black. The 2-1 count. Todd comes set and brings it. Floats a cutter upstairs, 2-2. So now back to even. That's right, senior. Ronald Acuna Jr. is expected back next week. Depends on how his rehab goes this weekend, but so far so good. The 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Good news, bad news. That also means that Hassan Kim could be back at any moment. We'll be back in a flash.
If you text me and you say, hey, we need to talk, or hey, I need to tell you something, but I'll tell you later. No, tell me now or I will throw up.
We're going out of town for 14 days, so I packed 14 pairs of underwear. But what if you your pants 14 times? But I've never my pants before, so don't we think it's like maybe unlikely? I mean, if you're willing to take the risk of smelling like for 14 days, I mean, that's on you. Fine, I packed 26 pairs of underwear.
I don't want to make waves here, but $19 to rent a movie? Rent a movie? For 24? Rent a movie? What the
I talk a lot of about like what I would do during a zombie apocalypse, but in all honesty, if I was to wake up tomorrow and like the world was taken over by zombies, I'm launching myself off the tallest building I can find. I'm not playing this game. I can barely live the life I live now knowing that like I'm gonna die one day and it's like a 60% chance that it's gonna be excruciatingly painful. I can't imagine living a life where it's pretty much guaranteed that I'm gonna get eaten alive at some point. It's just a matter of when. You can really survive as long as you want, but like you're gonna get cornered, you're gonna get caught slipping, and you're gonna get ripped to pieces. It's guaranteed.
Why, sure.
He'd stand there for an hour and sign those autographs. Now, Gehrig, by contrast, and Grove, by contrast, they didn't want to be bothered with people or bothered with kids, and they'd come out under the same circumstances, and they'd wade through them.
Came over and he says, what's your kid's name? And he said, let me get you a ball for your kid. And I said, well, I don't have any kids. In fact, I'm not even married. He said, well, we can fix that. So he took a ball and he wrote something on it. And when I looked at it, he had on there, hello to be from Babe Ruth. He says, when your kid comes along, tell him Babe Ruth had something for him. So this now is a very treasured possession of my daughter.
Thank you for hyping and subscribing to BCR, your home for radio baseball. Welcome back. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Braves lead at 5-3. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 to Jim Jarvis is forced him to right down the pipe. It's 0-2. Jarvis grounded out to fielder's choice and scored a run earlier. He's 0 for 1. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. One, 2 count. Swing, chopper down the line. Standing on deck is Baldwin in the hold, Ozzie Albies. Braves scored 4 in the second, 1 in the third. Texas 1 in the first, 2 in the third. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's one away. Kenzie Gore, 5th strikeout of the day, 64th pitch. And that'll take us back to the top of the order. Drake Baldwin coming to the plate, 2 for 2. 2 singles and an RBI. First pitch on the way, swing, fouls it back. It's 0-1. Chaydez completely covered the right side of the infield. Still sunshine on top of the pitcher's mound. So still probably about an inning away from that covering. Game started in perfect sunshine all across the 0-1. Peppers one off the plate. It's 0-2. Kind of an excuse me swing there. Drake batting .267 on the year, 16 homers, 52 RBI, and 812 OPS. It's the main number we pay attention to nowadays. Anything above 800 is outstanding. The 0-2. Swing, chopper towards the mound. Gore's got it, turns, flips, high throw, but he makes the play. It'll be 1-3 if you're scoring at home, and there's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Ozzie Albies the batter. Looked like a little bit of cloud coverage now as Gore digs in. First pitch high over the outside, off the plate. It's 1-0. A little tongue twister there. There's still some sun piping in. It's going back and forth as the sun peers back out behind the clouds. The 1-0 pitch, pop up, and that'll be a can of corn over to shortstop, and that'll end the inning. Braves go down quietly, 1-2-3. We will go to the top of the 5th, leading by 2 here in Braves country.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The faces from the past. You've walked past them many times. I don't think you've really looked at them. Go on, lean in. If you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Listen, you hear it? Seize the day, boys. Hello.
Toga! The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
She did not drink the vodka.
Toga!
Because I drank the vodka.
Objection!
Please be seated, sir. This is not a courtroom.
Well, I object anyway. Toga!
October 11th.
October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th.
Toga!
I drank all of those days. I drank. I'm drunk now.
Toga!
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands.
Then take it! It's yours!
Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them.
Guys tired?
Go get all the sleep I need and I'm dead.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here.
Toga!
Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again.
You damn dirty son of a...
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
I want you to remember that no bastard ever won it by dying. You won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die.
Well, that was pleasant. Nice of him to stop by, don't you think?
Toga!
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath ascended forth from thy hand, swiftly carry out thy command.
And this crowd's back into it now.
We gotta do something.
Absolutely.
You know what we gotta do? Toga party.
We can't afford to have a toga party.
Toga! 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 Okay? All right! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let me hear it! Let me hear it! Let me hear it!
Righty-righty matchup. It will be J.R. Ritchie in the first pitch cutter. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Ritchie coming in with a 4.38 ERA, both starting and relief. As the 0-1 misses high, 1-1. J.R. Ritchie has a four-seamer, a curve, a change, a sinker, a slider, and a cutter. The 1-1 pitch, outside wide, 2-1. Two-one count. Cutter well off the plate, ball 3-1. Braves 5, Rangers 3. 3-1 swing and a miss, full count. Payoff pitch. Pops it up back behind the plate. Smacks off the screen back down. Do it again. There's no telling how long they'll want him to go. You'd think he'd go through the lineup at least one time. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Cutter got him up high, and there's one away. Good pitch there by JR. One up, one down, and Jace Young, the number 3 hitter in the lineup, comes to the plate. First pitch, sinker at the knees. It's 0-1. I liked J.R. Ritchie as a starter. I'm a little surprised that they just gave up after the one bad outing, but the 0-1. Swing. Rolls it down the third base dugout steps. 0-2. The 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, chopper. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive. Good to see you, Noel Taylor, Sage Station. See if we have any others coming in. Bills fan, 1970. It's about the time that O.J. Simpson was stabbing the ground back then up in Buffalo. The 0-2. Swing lifted into center field. And that's going to drop just in front of Harris's feet. And it's a one-out single for the Texas Rangers. One on, one out. First pitch on the way. Swing, chops it off his instep. Brandon Nimmo, the batter. Got a good piece of him there. He's walking it off a bit. 0-1. Brandon Nimmo struck out his first time, single to right his second time. The infield playing back into the right. Double play could get J.R. Ritchie out of this jam. The 0-1 pitch. Off the plate wide, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Turns and fires. Curveball, the outer edge, 2-1. I just saw that comment. Who was that? Was that Sage Station? Dubon would have came over. That would have been a triple. The 1-2 count. Brings it. Curveball in the dirt, 2-2. I think the Philadelphia New York game went to a rain delay. They're in the either 7th or 8th inning, but that game's essentially over. But it would be great if they had to wear out their bullpen tomorrow in an extended game. They've got the Dodgers coming to town on Monday. The 2-2 pitch, swing, chopper down the first base line. It's foul, and we'll do it again. Rays have a chance to get some revenge this week as the Padres come to town. If they can duel out some revenge, maybe they can get some space in between them and Philadelphia with the Dodgers coming to the city of brotherly love. I think that's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday series, but I have to double check that one with the Dodgers and Phillies. The 2-2. Outside wide, 3-2. So I think the way it lined up, we were hoping that one of the games we could do a doubleheader of sorts, but the Braves are playing up against them every time. The 3-2 pitch. Swing, chopper up the middle, grabbing it, stepping on the bag as Jarvis will fire it to first, and Nimmo will beat it out. So it'll be a fielder's choice, G6 in your scorecard. Jarvis had to wait for that second hop, and by the time he grabbed it and touched the bag, Nimmo was crossing first. Jarvis really should have just stuck that in his pocket and not even play with the idea of throwing it down there. Righty-righty matchup. Jake Berger, the batter. He takes the sinker off the plate. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it. Sinker below the knees, and it is ball 2, 2-1. Braves lead it 5-3. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Texas. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Atlanta Braves. The 2-1 pitch. J.R. Ritchie looking in. Bart sitting him on the outside part of the plate. He's going to step off the rubber for a second to reset. The 2-1 swing pop up. Will it stay in play? It's back behind the plate. Giving chases Bart, and he'll make the grab, and that'll get us out of the inning. So just like that, we avoid danger. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Here in Braves country, leading by 2.
And just like that, poof, Lola's gone.
Wrong. Lola's right here, you Brussels sprout.
What do you call 2 witches that share an apartment? Brewmates.
They changed the Irish spelling so the bloodline could survive. Many Irish families didn't lose their names. They were forced to adjust them. Prefixes like O and Mac were dropped. Spellings were softened, shortened, or rewritten. Not to erase identity, but to stay safe. A name that sounded too Irish could close doors, draw attention, or invite discrimination. So families adapted on paper while keeping their identity alive at home. Spoken quietly, remembered carefully. That's how O Suileabhain became Sullivan, O Kele became Kelly, and O Murchada became Murphy. The bloodline stayed, only the spelling changed. That choice wasn't weakness, it was strategy. That's why many Irish Americans feel a pull to a name that doesn't fully explain itself, or sense there's more behind it than records ever show. Because the meaning wasn't erased, it was hidden. Your surname isn't less Irish because it changed. It's proof your ancestors chose survival, adaptation, and endurance.
Did what he wanted to do. If it got him in trouble, he was always startled. He was totally spontaneous.
I was captain of the high school golf team. And so Babe liked to play golf, and he said, would you like to play golf with Babe Ruth? Now, any kid would love something like that. And I helped him on several holes, because we were partners. He won maybe $50 or $100. Next day, at high school, I was in class about 12:30 or 1 o'clock. Babe Ruth's out in the hallway looking for you to go play golf with him today. I said, what? And I was the most surprised kid you ever seen when he walked into that classroom. And the principal was right with him. Babe's here to take you to the golf course. It's okay to go. So I jumped up and went with him.
Why can't you hear a psychiatrist use the washroom? Because the P is silent.
Matt Olson will lead us off in the first pitch swinging. He'll dribble it on the ground over to second. Then 1 pitch easy out to start the bottom of the 5th. Braves lead it 5-3. Michael Harris is second, the batter. He's 1 for 2 on the day. The solo shot his last time up. First pitch down and away. Sinker well out of the zone. Mackenzie Gore still on the mound. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing pop up. Foul territory, shallow left field, and making the easy grab is Jace Young. 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Mauricio Dubon, the batter. You know, if you could get Riley's bat to wake up consistently, he'd be a much bigger force when there's a left-hander on the mound, as the curveball's right there down at the bottom of the zone. Misses for a ball, it's 1-0. But you imagine if you could put him behind Olsen in front of Harris, you just lengthen that lineup so much. The 1-0. Fouls it back out of play. 1-1. I think more than anything else, they're looking for a right-handed bat to add, along with some starting pitching. Because you can transition some of these guys you have as starters into the bullpen if you can get a starter to come over at the deadline. The 1-1 misses high and out of the zone. 2-1. 2-1 count. Turns and kicks. Swing, fouls back the four-seamer, 2-2. Standing on deck is Eli White. Braves lead it 5-3, trying to bridge it to the back of the bullpen. You obviously have a well-rested back with Dylan Lee and Raziel Iglesias for the 8th and 9th. The 2-2 check swing in the dirt. Did he go around? They checked down the first base line. He did not, and it's a full count. Tampa Bay leads Boston 2-0 in the second. It's pretty interesting. So they talked about who the Mets are willing to trade. And I know we can all laugh and make fun. Who would want a Met, that kind of thing. But they do have some talented players on their team. And one of the interesting parts of it is they name the obvious, the youngsters. The 3-2, swing, fouls it away, four-seamer. Over the first base dugout. Do it again. They named the youngsters that were off the table they would not trade. But the only veteran that they mentioned that they wouldn't trade was Juan Soto, which leaves Francisco Lindor up for trade bait. 3-2 pitches, a swing and a miss, strike three, and we'll go to the sixth. Braves bats have quieted. And looks like Tyler Kinley's coming out of the pen. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I'm country, but there's levels to this country stuff. You're gonna ask me, have I ever had rotel and squirrel? Do I look like Bobby Boucher? That sounds like it's gonna blow a gasket in your stomach.
How did Britain create the Irish potato famine? It wasn't a natural disaster. It wasn't just a crop failure. And it wasn't bad luck. It was policy. When the blight hit Ireland, food still existed. Grain, cattle, milk, wheat. But it no longer belonged to the Irish. It belonged to British landlords. While families starved, ships left Irish ports every day, loaded with food, guarded by soldiers exported to England. Ireland was producing enough to feed its people. The system just didn't allow them to eat it. Land was controlled by absentee landlords. Rent was enforced during famine. Evictions continued. Homes were burned. Villages were cleared. The potato didn't cause the famine. Colonial economics did. British law turned Ireland into a food farm for the empire. And when the poorest crop failed, the people were abandoned. A manufactured starvation. The blight can kill crops, but only power can starve a nation.
Everybody has a story in Ruth, and stories piled on stories become legends.
And of course the classic one is the 1932 World Series and the so-called called shot. Some extremely bad feelings had arisen between the Yankees and the Chicago Cubs. And here comes baseball's fabled moment. He suddenly stopped.
And I vividly heard him yell out the Charlie route, "It only takes one." And then he elevated his arm. I asked him, I said, "You called that shot, didn't you, babe?" "Why, don't you think I did?" He said, "That's where I pointed and that's where it went."
Others, however, weren't so sure. In home movies of the at-bat, Ruth appears to be gesturing at something, but at what remains inconclusive.
After 30 years old, you trip and fall, that really could be it. I fell earlier, now I feel like both of my hips on the wrong side of my body.
Welcome back as the first pitch from Tyler Kinley is a slider. They're well off the edge. It's 1-0. Kinley with the 3.48 ERA in 38 appearances. The 1-0 pitch. Brings it. And four-seam fastball, punch back foul. 1-1. That one came in at 94 miles an hour. But it's just interesting because we've heard reports before that Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor do not get along. Like they're just polar opposites. The 1-1 pitch, swing, slap down the left field line, and diving attempt by Dubon to no avail. It'll bounce up against the wall, and it's going to be a leadoff double for the Texas Rangers. Probably didn't make a whole lot of difference, but once he dove and missed it, there was no way to keep the runner off a second. Pretty good attempt out there by Dubon, just past his diving glove. So them making him available for the trade market, it just reiterates that there is trouble between those two outside the lines. Righty-lefty matchup. Kenley fires the first pitch to Evan Carter. High and out of the zone, it's 1-0. They better get that bullpen working because you can't afford to have Kenley face the top of the order. They're loaded with left-handers. The 1-0 right down the pipe for a strike, four-seamer. 1-1. Weiss continues to have blind faith in Kenley, but he just hasn't been getting it done recently. I think he's fine to bring in the sixth, but Braves are definitely going to need Suarez to come back and maybe one more addition. As the 1-1 misses high, 1-2. You'd like to find another left-hander to help out Lee in the back end. And Diddy's got to be a little more consistent. So you wonder if they may go get a veteran at the deadline. The 1-2 down and in. 2-2. Two count. Brings it. Four-seamer off the plate. And it's a full count now. Nobody out still. Nicky Lopez on deck. If he loses Carter, Nicky might be bunting him over. The 3-2 pitch. Swing belted. High and deep. Into right field, and she is gone. Tyler Kenley gives up another gopher ball, and it's all tied up 5-5. A two-run shot just under the chop house. And we're back to a brand new ball game. Another cement mixer hanging slider that he just clocked. He's done that time and time again the last month or so. And for whatever reason, Walt Weiss keeps going to that well. He is convinced that Tyler Kenley is an elite back-end bullpen piece, and he's just not. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch is in the dirt, nowhere near the zone. Nicky Lopez, the batter. It's 1-0. So a brand new ball game, top of the sixth, tied up. The 1-0 pitch, swing lifted into left field. Dubon there to make the catch, one away. You wonder why they didn't let, I guess, well, that could be revealing why they didn't let J.R. Ritchie go more than the one inning. They might be treating that as his throw day and still expect him to start in the next series. Dylan Lee is warming up in the pen. First pitch, four-seamer, down and away, 1-0. Higgy the batter. This will be Kenley's last batter regardless. Jock Peterson standing on deck, the 1-0. Can't let him come to the plate with Kenley. Whew. They'll be picking that ball out of Kenley's teeth. The 2-0 count. Nowhere near the plate, 3-0. He faced the required three hitters. I know Weiss is getting a little greedy here, trying to get the extra out with the right-hander, but the 3-0. Four-seamer at the knees, 3-1. I'd rather make sure that Jock Peterson wasn't going to come to the plate with a man on. The 3-1 from Kenley. Nowhere near the zone, ball 4. Threw a slider in the dirt trying to get him to chase when he's behind in the count. And that should be it for Kenley. Hopefully Walt Weiss is paying attention out there. He's starting to head towards the steps. I think he's trying to buy some time. We'll be back in a flash. See if Dylan Lee can save our bacon. 5-5 your score. Welcome back. Top of the 6th, 1 out. Dylan Lee is on, and Jock Peterson coming to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. Infield back into the right. First pitch swinging. Fastball swing and a miss. High and out of the zone. It's 0-1. So the go-ahead run is at first. Peterson already with 1 home run today. The 0-1. Dropped a slider below the knees. 1-1. Love a double play here, but get you out of the jam, and Peterson does not run well. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss over the top. 1-2. Infield back into the right. Outfield deep and straight away. Jarvis playing close to the second base bag. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, rolls it on the ground. Ozzy's got it, shovels it. 6-4-3, and Peterson will beat it out. That was a very slow developing play. Good attempt by Ozzy and Jarvis to try to get it done, but Ozzy had to wait a long time for that ball to get to him with the runner crossing in front of him. He couldn't really charge it. So Wyatt Langford, the batter. Lefty righty, first pitch. Changeup misses high and out of the zone, 1-0. 1-0. Slider touches the top of the zone. That'll leave it up at 1-1. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Texas. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for your Atlanta Braves. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Change up over the edge, 1-2. Home runs by Jock Peterson, Eli White, Michael Harris II. The 1-2 pitch, swing, slices it on the ground over towards second. Ozzy's got it, and he has no chance to get the runner. He'll stick it in his pocket. Braves were playing that shift, and against the shift, he punched it to the right side of the infield, and there was nowhere for Ozzy to go except to keep it from going to right field. So trouble a brewing, 2 on, 2 out, and Jace Young, the batter. Lefty righty pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Slider below the knees, ball 2-0. This is how bad it's going for the New York Mets. They're in a rain delay, and they are showing the replay of a game in 2024 against the Braves where they won on that last day of the season, the 2-0. Right there at the knees, called for a strike, 2-1. That's how far back the Mets have to go to find something worth watching during a rain delay. Josh Young. Pitch right there, 2-2. 4-seam fastball. He hits .320 against left-handers, so you got to be careful here. In fact, 7 of his 9 home runs have come against left-handed pitching. The 2-2 pitch. Lee steps off the plate, off the bump. Young out of the box. The 2-2. Swing ripped over towards short off the glove of Jarvis. He got in front of it, so he knocks it down, and it keeps the runner from scoring, but the bases are loaded. And here comes Brandon Nimmo, our old nemesis, speaking of Mets. And he's been a thorn in our side for years. You do have the lefty-lefty advantage. Lee has come in, faced 2 batters. Neither ball has gotten out of the infield. They've just been softly hit against the shifts. So here we go. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Lefty-lefty matchup. Big spot here in the game. Cross everything. First pitch on the way. Swing, chops it up the middle, and that's going to get through the hole. That'll score at least 1 run. And here comes the throw to the plate. That'll score 2 runs. And the Braves trail 7-5. Brandon Nimmo strikes again. And then the Rangers take a 2-run lead. Once again, going back to that greedy attempt by Weiss to keep Kinley in against Higgy, which led to the walk, and the rest is history. When he got through that third batter, he should have went and got him. Plain and simple. Walt Weiss starting to show his lack of command. First pitch right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Remember, he was a manager for the Colorado Rockies and got canned. And the shine was on that apple at the beginning of the year. But he has made some head-scratching moves here recently that makes you wonder. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss over the top, slider. It's 0-2. Butters wants to know what would Snit do. Kinley'd still be in the ball game. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. The 1-2 count. There it is, like clockwork. Kicks and fires, swing, and did he strike him out? He did. Ball got out of the glove of Bart, but it was a swing and a miss strikeout, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom 6, see if we can get some runs back. Braves trail 7-5.
Somebody made this cute little tweet says, "Thank you, Jupiter. What are we thanking Jupiter for?" Jupiter currently has 95 observable moons, which means it has more moons than any other planet in our solar system. Why does Jupiter need 95 moons, and why are all the other planets okay with this? Jupiter is basically building its own mini solar system. Jupiter is disgusting, and I think it's time for some type of interstellar rebellion. Where is your revolutionary spirit? You really just want to let Jupiter's big ugly ass have all these moons? These moons probably don't even want to be stuck in Jupiter's orbit. They probably had somewhere to go and just got trapped over there. And that's probably why we'll never have any real space exploration, because if you try to go too far, you're just going to get caught up in Jupiter's orbit. All that extra ass gravity just get... I can't even finish this with a straight face, but Jupiter.
Like Jesus take the wheel? Like, where did that even come from? What do you mean? Like, there's no biblical evidence that Jesus even knew how to drive. Bro, Jesus drove a Honda. What? Bro, do you not read the Bible? He didn't like talking about it. Look, John chapter 12, verse 49, he says, "For I do not speak of my own accord." Yeah, you going to hell.
The next day in the papers, there was barely a mention of Ruth's declaration, just straightforward reporting of the home run. But as time passed, the notion caught on and soon took a life of its own. Newsreel accounts unashamedly showed Ruth's gesture as fact, and Hollywood later took the myth to epic proportions.
He pointed to the flagpole in the center field bleachers, plainly indicating that's where he means to park that next pitch.
Never use a snowblower. Shovel a whole driveway by hand and croak in the walkway. Be a man.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mackenzie Gore goes back to work out there. Why not? He's found a way to stay in this game. First pitch is fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Only 79 pitches. The Braves did not work the counts at all today, but they did get some early runs. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-0. And like we talked about earlier, you'd figure that they're trying to get him through, back through the top of the order one more time with all those lefties due up. The 1-1 below the knees, well below the knees. Bad no challenge by Eli, 1-2. The 1-2. Up and inside. 2-2. Looks like you got a right-hander and a left-hander warming up in the pen for Texas. The 2-2 swing and a miss at a bad one. And there's one away. One up, one down, bottom of the 6th. Braves trail 7-5. 7 runs, 11 hits for Texas. 5 runs, 6 hits, and an error for Atlanta. That was a big error that opened the floodgates to a 2-run inning, which is the difference in the game. First pitch swinging by Riley. That was a lazy at bat. Pop up into center field. F8, 2 down. Joey Bart will now come to the plate. Gore, who was on the ropes in this game, he's got a chance to pitch through 7. He's only at 84 pitches. He might go back out there for the 7th. Lefty-righty. On deck is Jarvis. The first pitch. Inside, almost gets him. Did it get him? Bends out of the way. It did get him. So we'll take that the way they've been swinging the bats the last couple innings. Really, since the second inning, you take away Michael Harris's solo shot, and they haven't done much since the second inning. I guess it touched his jersey. I don't know. They're showing the replay. Not 100% sure where it went. First pitch to JJ. Wow, that ball hits him in the arm. That ball rolls to the backstop. And we got runners on first and second. 2 outs.
You know, JJ, I tell you, man, you got too much class.
What can I say? This is it. 100% pure butter.
Well, that'll do it. Gore's out of the game after 2 hits by pitches. We'll be back in a flash. Robbie Alstrom is coming on, left-hander, to face 3 of 4 left-handed batters at the top of the order. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is this dude's got a 7.07 ERA. Let's see if we can add to it. Seven to 5 your score. Rangers lead the Braves. Drake Baldwin, who has had 2 singles on the day, 2 for 3, is standing in. Runners at first and second. In the infield, back and to the right. The first pitch on the way. Swing, slaps it over to third, and that'll be an easy out. L5 in your scorebook. 1 pitch, 1 out. And we go to the top of the 7th, trailing by 2. Coming up, Snake Eyes. Drakester will be back in a flash.
Some guy slid in my Instagram DMs and told me to meet him at Applebee's for a tickle fight. It's mad weird, dude.
In 300 feet, you have arrived at Apple.
But have you ever wondered why we use salt to melt the ice on the roads, but we also use salt when we're making homemade ice cream to make the ice cream colder? Yeah, me too.
So happy that me and Coco got the trust now. I could let him outside with no leash on. He stays right near me. He don't go on the street no more. When he was a baby, he used to run everywhere. Now he just scoping out. He just seeing what's there. Coco, come here. Hey, Coco! Oh, damn, I lost my dog.
Sometimes I watch how excited my parents get helping my brother and his fiance plan their wedding, and I'm like, you guys think this is going to be your only wedding, don't you? Yeah, I see you. They're like, well, no, if you meet the right person. I was like, if? Oh, it's a hypothetical in your mind. Okay, when? You mean when? Oh.
A great deal of the Ruth legend is just, well, legend. Half-truths that became myth. Ruth frequently visited hospitals, so his home run promise to a dying kid might have been true.
I think he's a tremendous mythic figure, but I think the history is as big or bigger than the myth. The myth diminishes what he really was and establishes a sort of a false Ruth. It's big, but it's not the truth. I think the true Ruth is bigger than the myth.
The true Ruth started out as a pitcher, maybe the best left-hander in Boston Red Sox history. In just 5 seasons, the Babe won close to 90 games and helped the Sox win the World Series in 1916 and again in 1918 by throwing 29 consecutive scoreless innings. He was on his way to the Hall of Fame as a pitcher until he picked up his bat and rewrote the record book.
Thank you for hyping and subscribing to BCR, your home for radio baseball. Welcome back. Danny Young coming on out of the Braves bullpen. Braves trail 7-5. Left-hander set to face Duran, Carter, and Nicky Lopez. First pitch upstairs. Called for a high strike. We'll take it. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Pops it back foul, 0-2. Seven runs, 11 hits, no errors for Texas. 5 runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Braves. Sweeper misses off the plate, 1-2. Silver lining here in the bottom of the inning. If we can keep it where it's at, we'll have the heart of the order due up in the bottom of the 7th. 1-2 pitch. Fouls off that sweeper down and in. We'll do it one more time. Braves have scored some runs coming out of the break. They put 15 on the board last night, 5 tonight, but the pitching has failed them. Owen Murphy gave up 5, but he was painted in a corner by his defense, so you can give some of those away. He's the 1-2, chops it foul. Just got a piece of it. But the big one was the 4 runs given up in the 6th, 3 by Tyler Kinley. They could have been avoidable. And they went out and got Kinley after he faced 3 batters. The 1-2 count. Swing, chopper down the first base line. We'll do it again. One, 2 to Duran. Danny Young looking in to Joey Bart. Bart sets up down the middle. The 1-2 way outside. Sweeper misses. 2-2. To give you some context with Kinley, in the month of July, he has been brutal. He has got a 7.36 ERA in the month of July. The 2-2. That's in 6 appearances. The 2-2 down and in. Ball 3-2. Almost got him in the foot. It's pretty good in the month of June. Month of May, though, he was bad there, too. 5.40 ERA. It's almost like every other month he does all right. And the payoff pitch nowhere near the zone. They check down the line, but it's going to be ball 4. And Danny Young walks the first batter he faces. First pitch on the way. Chops a bunt down towards the pitcher's mound. Young picks it up, flips it over to first. Put that 1-4. No, excuse me. Ozzie Albies did not get there in time. He wasn't covering the bag. There's no other word to say it. He had his head up his ass. He wasn't covering the bag. He kind of drifted over there late. Young threw it to him, but he was nowhere near the bag when the runner came across the bag. So they'll show another bunt. This time it's Nicky Lopez. Olsen coming in. Maybe give Ozzie some smelling salts, make sure he's awake. Danny Young will spin and turn towards second base to keep the runners close. You got a 1-0 count. First and second, nobody out, and the Braves trail by 2. This game has just been a disaster since they grabbed the early lead. Pitch on the way, down below. Misses downstairs, and it's ball 2. The 2-0. Drops the bunt down here. Young grabs it, flips it to first. This time Ozzie's there in time, and there's one away. Rangers trying to give these outs away. Braves will finally take one. But runners at second and third and one down, and that'll bring Higgy to the plate. I think this is going to be the good old-fashioned I'm not going to chase when trailing story we'll get. They're leaving Young in to face the right-handed Higgy. First pitch on the way, down and in. That ball gets him in the foot, and he loads the bases. So Danny Young continues to struggle. He's thrown 14 pitches. And only a handful for strikes. They're going to come out there and look at Higgy, the training staff. Ball hit him in the foot. His front foot, his left ankle. Might be a touch below the ankle, but they're going to. So Justin Fosk now the batter. He's into pinch hit. Pinch hitting for Jock Peterson because Danny Young is on the bump, and it doesn't look like they're going to go to anyone. So here we go. The first pitch on the way, down and in. Almost got him in the foot there. Almost walked in a run with the hit by pitch. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Might have got. Oh my God! What a terrible defensive. Jeez Louise! Bart lets the ball pop out of his glove, so it's going to be a pass ball. I mean, it hit him a bad spot right in the hand. The ball rolls away. Danny Young and Bart can't figure out who's covering the plate and who's going to stay there. If the runner goes, he's probably going to score, but he stays put at third. Bart finally chased the ball into the middle of the infield, and Young grabbed the plate. We're getting an automatic, I believe that's an automatic strike. Or did they call a ball? Yeah, must have been a ball because that's what it's showing on one screen. The 3-0 inside. Oh, it was just a warning. Okay. So it's a 3-0 count. I think the boys went out and partied a little too hard last night. They are playing like junk. The 3-0 pitch. Young finally throws a strike. 3-1. Double play could still get you out of this mess. Well, that's a big ask considering how we've been playing here. The 3-1 pitch. Swing chopper on the ground, and it's going to be a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. I can't believe it. And Danny Young looks like he just came back from war. He looks exhausted. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the 7th we go. Ozzie Albies is coming on here for your Atlanta Braves here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing by 2. First pitch on the way. Swing. Lifts it. High, but not deep. Lazy fly ball. Into left field. F7 in your scorecard. 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Tyler Alexander on. Left-hander with the 2.21 ERA. Third pitcher of the night for the Texas Rangers. The Braves have used 6, and the scoreboard shows it. Matt Olson, the batter. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch right down the pipe. Sinker taken all the way. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Olson. Disappointing game so far. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. 26 home runs on the year, though, and 59 RBI. See if maybe he can run into one here. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter, it's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Turns and kicks. Swing, punches it back foul. 4-seam fastball. We'll do it again. Hope y'all are enjoying your Saturday afternoon matinee of Braves Country Radio. Appreciate you stopping in and spending your afternoon with us, spending your season with us. Sixth season of doing Braves Country Radio. The 0-2 pitch, swing, fouls it back. Out of play. And we'll do it again. Standing on deck is Harris. So once again, just clumping the left-handers together is just unbelievably, it's dumb. There's no other word for it. It's unbelievably dumb. I don't know why the Braves brass does not understand that, because it's not Walt Weiss making these lineups. The 0-2 pitch, dribbles it into the right side of the infield with Olsen running. They'll have plenty of time. Lopez flips it to first. 2 down. You count the bottom of the order, Jim Jarvis. 4 of 5 batters are left-handed in a row. And Ozzie is obviously a switch hitter. But when you put them together like that, when you go to bring in one of your left-hand specialists, it can be brutal. First pitch, sinker down and away, 1-0. That's why you won't see teams do that. They'll sprinkle in the right-handed bat, even if it's not someone who's particularly hot, whether it's an Eli or Riley or the 1-0 swing and a miss 1-1. He's just flailing at that pitch. It sets him up to bring in the right-hander next inning because you've got Dubon, Eli, and Riley back to back to back. So it plays into your opponent's hand. The 1-1 pitch, down and away, ball 2, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Kicks and fires, swing, rips it, and he's going to get it through for a single. So it's a 2-out single for your Atlanta Braves. Let's see if that wakes something up here. Mauricio Dubon.
God bless you, Mike.
If anybody owes us one, it's Dubon. He's coming to the plate. Mauricio Dubon had that error out there earlier in the game, colliding with Michael Harris that led to a 2-run inning. He could make up for that by running into one here. With 2 outs, anything that gets into the gap should score Michael. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch high and inside, spins him around. It's 1-0. 1-0. Alexander looks in, brings it. Off the plate, ball 2, 2-0. Two-0 count. Eli on deck if they were to leave Alexander. If they go in and get a right-hander, you may get a pinch runner or pinch hitter like a Dom Smith. The 2-0 pitch. Swing! That ball's hammered. High and deep. Get up! That ball's going to bang off the wall. Stay in territory where you will not get an automatic double, and it's going to be a 1 RBI double for Mauricio Dubon. Got a little tongue-tied there. I do apologize.
Pardon me. Would you have any?
But of course. The ball was rocketed at the base of the wall, and it ricocheted up high. Dubon gets down to second base to clean that up. In the high bounce, Dubon may have been able to get to third, but there's no point in getting thrown out. Smart base running there by Dubon. So 7-6 your score. That ball was smoked. You can see why this guy is a left-handed specialist. Eli White is coming to the plate. Now, are they buying time with this mound visit? There is a right-hander warmed up in the Texas bullpen. Or are they going to let him go? It looks like they're just keep him in there. It's a little surprising. So, lefty-righty matchup. Eli White, the batter. The tying run is standing at second. Brand new ball game. Braves were within one. First pitch on the way. Chases one down and in. A soft pop-up towards center field. They're going to make the play. Running in, making the grab is Carter, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put one on the board. We've got a one-run game and a brand new ball game. We go to the 8th here in Braves country.
106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer. Salad.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to become this country.
This is total BS!
Where at? Me and the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. Diddy Fuentes is on. First pitch swung on, foul back out of play. It's 0-1. Nimmo, Berger, and Duran do up here. Excuse me, Langford. Well, they put that up wrong on the screen. I do apologize. Langford, Young, and Nimmo do up. The 1-1 count to Langford. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 1-2. You can get this guy to sit down. Down in front. One-two, rattled off his face mask. So a 1-2 count. What is going on here? Turns and kicks. Misses off the edge. Texas 7, Braves 6. We'll fix the camera after this at bat. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's one away. I don't know what's going on with the Atlanta camera. Something happened during the break. One up, one down. Righty-righty matchup. Jace Young, the batter, first pitch. Fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Young 2 for 4 on the day with 2 singles. The 0-1. Turns and fires. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Keeps doing that over and over with the camera behind, so we're going to try to move the camera around here in a second so you can see what's going on. The 0-2 count. Swing, chopper. Back towards the pitcher's mound, and Fuentes fires one over to first. It's in and out of the glove of Matt Olson. It'll be an error on Fuentes. Though I'll tell you this, Olson would tell you he probably should have made that play. Short hopped it, and play that Olson normally makes, just in and out of the glove. So nothing seeming to go right here today. Just one of those days at the office. 7-6 your score, Diddy Fuentes. Now set to face Brandon Nimmo. Righty-lefty matchup. And the first pitch on the way. It's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Every single angle we pick is all jacked up. I don't know what they did in Atlanta, but somebody's not cleaning the lenses. The 0-1. Upstairs, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Runner at first, one out. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, blew it right by him, strike 3. 98 miles an hour, top shelf tequila, and there's 2 down. Two up, 2 down. Jake Berger, the batter, 1 for 4 on the day. Righty-righty, first pitch, slider inside, misses. It's 1-0. See if he'll give you a decent look here. The 1-0. Brings it way outside, wide ball, 2-2. That's a little better. Two-0 count. Diddy comes set, turns and kicks, swing, lifted. High and deep into center field, going back on the track, making the catch, banging into the wall is Money Mike. 75% of this world is covered by water. The rest by Michael. The Hawk Harris will be back in a flash. Wowza! Mac McGee.
And I, we're on the same team.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
And we need more players. We need you to help us win the battle against hunger and poverty. You can sponsor
Braves Country Radio.
Teamwork is what
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
it is all about. And that's why we need you. For just $15 a month,
Don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
you can sponsor a child just like
Braves Country Radio.
I've been able to really help,
Braves Country Radio.
and it feels so good. It's so easy. Just reach out now and start sending your love around the world.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
Join our team. We really can bat 1,000.
Mac McGee.
Who's waiting for help? There's room on our team for you.
Welcome back. Trying to reset this with 3D because it was doing all kinds of nonsense. Braves trail by just 1 run as we go to the bottom of the 8th, the magic hour. Where wins become losses and losses become wins. And hopefully, Braves can rally here. 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Texas. 6 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Atlanta. It's going to be Austin Riley, Joey Bart, and Jim Jarvis due up. Now, they could be pinch hitting here. We'll see how long they... I don't think you would wait. Probably really depend on what they got cooking here. First pitch on the way. The sweeper up top misses high for a ball. It's 1-0. If Riley could get on, you could definitely start forcing the issue. The 1-0 pitch, swing, smacks it down the third base line. 1-1. There we go. The 1-1. Bangs that sweeper backwards. 1-2. 1-2 count. Riley batting just .211 on the year. Did hit a home run last night. They made a big deal about it on social media, but he did it against the catcher. It was an eephus pitch in garbage time. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Riley down once again. Dominic Smith will bat for Bart, which means Drake would go behind the plate unless they say that they've been training Kyle Farmer to catch. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch for a strike, it's 0-1. Infield back into the right. The 0-1 pitch. Misses high and out of the zone, 1-1. They checked down the line. He did not go around. So a 1-1 count. Right-hander Jacob Junis, the pitcher. 1-1 foul back. It's 1-2. Junis, a former starter. Most of y'all would probably know him from the Kansas City Royals organization. The 1-2 pitch. Turns and kicks. Swung on, hit hard, but right at the first baseman. A good old-fashioned atom ball into the teeth of the defense. And L3, and there's 2 down. Pretty hard hit ball, but an easy catch. Ball was hit right at him. Jim Jarvis now the batter as the Braves trail by 1. On deck is Drake Baldwin. And the first one is outside, well outside the zone. Sweeper misses, 1-0. We do have good news in Milwaukee. The Marlins trail 8-3. Even though it looks like the Phillies are going to gain a game on Atlanta. The 1-0. Misses high and out of the zone, 2-0. That's assuming the Braves can't come back. Just a 1-run game. One swing could change this game in a hurry. The 2-0 count. Below the knees. Called for a strike. Jarvis really ought to challenge that, but the rookie's too timid to try, and it's 2-1. It's about an inch and a half below the knees. The 2-1. Inside, 3-1. So a 3-1 count. On deck is Baldwin. I don't know if they would let Junis face Baldwin. You could at least force their hand if Jarvis can work his way on. The 3-1 pitch swing. Hit on the ground up the middle, diving attempt, but that'll get through for a base hit. And it's a single with 2 outs for your Atlanta Braves. And now they got to make a decision.
You know, JJ, I tell you, man, you got too much class.
What can I say? This is it. 100% pure butter. I think you better slow down. Just slow down now. I can't. My motor is running. I can't stop. Happy, bright, pure dynamite.
And it looks like we are going to get a pitching change. We'll be back in a flash. Left-hander coming on. See who that is. It looks like Latz will be back in a flash. And yep, it will be Jacob Latz, the all-star, 1.61 ERA, the southpaw. Standing in, lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way, swung on and lifted. High and deep into left field, and that'll be an easy out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Another 1 out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Drake Baldwin. We'll go to the 9th inning, trailing by 1 here in Braves country.
We're a team. One person struggles, we all struggle. One player triumphs, we all triumph.
Well, since when are you the quitting kind?
I don't know, I just don't see the point anymore.
Want to talk about our opponent?
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself.
They're bigger, faster, stronger, and on paper, they're just better, and they know it too. But I want to tell you something that they don't know. They don't know your heart. I do. I've seen it. You have shown it to me. You have shown yourselves just exactly who you are. When you take that field, you've got to lay that heart on the line. From the soles of your feet, with every ounce of blood you've got, lay it on the line, and if you do that, you cannot lose. We cannot be defeated. How you play today, from this moment on, is how you will be remembered.
Hey! What's this lying around?
Well, what are we supposed to do, you moron?
What? Over? Did you say over? Where's the spirit? Where's the guts? Huh? Oh, we're afraid to go with you. We might get in trouble. Well, just kiss my from now on! Not me! I'm not gonna take this!
This is your opportunity to rise from these ashes and grab glory.
Nothing is over until we decide it is! Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no! And it ain't over now! Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going! Who's with me?
Could fight him with conventional weapons. That could take years I think we have to go all out.
Want to talk about our opponent?
He's a dead man!
This situation absolutely requires
Our opponent.
Dead!
a really futile and stupid gesture be done on somebody's part.
Our opponent.
Dead!
We're just the guys to do it.
Let's go! Go!
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Excuse me. Gotta take my first step toward the Hall of Fame.
And this crowd's back into it now.
Personally, I think we got hosed on that call.
Welcome back. Eyeglasses enters the game. You remember, maybe wondering why is he coming in a game that we're trailing by one? He hasn't pitched in a while, so they got to figure out a way to get him some work and get the rust off of him. Maybe he can hold it right here and we have a chance to walk it off in the ninth. First pitch on the way is a sinker right there on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 turns and kicks. Swung on, fouled back out of play. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Slider swung on, lifted high and deep into left field, going back on the track, making the catch at the wall. Michael Harris, F8 in your scorecard, and there's one down. He gave that pitch a ride. 1 up, 1 down, 3 pitches in. Rangers still have not announced who's pitching tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see if they're calling someone up or if it's just a strategic move. First pitch right there is a strike. To Carter, it's a 0-1. Carter 2 for 3, a walk, a 2-run homer. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss upstairs. It's 0-2. He homered in the 6th inning off of Tyler Kinley. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 4-seam fastball, 2 away. Kinley, if my math is right, is going to be in line for the loss here. Unless the Braves bats can bail him out. So 2 up, 2 down. And Nicky Lopez, the batter. First pitch, swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball. Blew it right by him. It's 0-1. Tampa Bay has a 5-3 lead on Boston, by the way, in Fenway, trying to break their winning streak. The 0-1 pitch, swing, pop up. This should be an easy 1-2-3 inning for Eyeglasses. First outing in about a week, and that will end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth and see if there's any magic in that old black hat we found. Braves trail 7-6.
Something else that me off about the school system is how nowadays these kids ain't ever in school, and you probably looking at me like, man, you graduated over a decade ago. Why are you upset about that? Because I probably would be a happier person if I didn't have to go to school like these kids now. I'll never forget, I was 5 years old when 9/11 happened, and our teacher rode that big TV in that classroom and played the I was 5 years old and watched the terrorist attack within our borders. And then afterwards, the teacher was like, well, who can tell us what 4 + 4 is? No early dismissal, no mental health day. We are learning. And school was just business as usual. And then nowadays, the valedictorian can say, you know, the vibes aren't vibing with the chakras of the zodiac signs. And I just want to take every Friday off. And that's just what the happened. There are school districts that don't go to school on Fridays. Meanwhile, while I was in school, Fridays was the hardest day of the week. All these quizzes and tests. And what the is a fall break? Y'all just take a random week off in October and call it a fall break. You just came back to school a month ago. You know, maybe I'm just jealous and bitter because I want these kids to suffer like we did.
Please don't come to me talking about some, guess what? Guess nothing. You're about to get slapped. Get your ass back, man. I ain't Professor X, bruh. I can't read your damn mind. Guess what, bruh? I don't know what kind of day you done had. Just spit it out, man.
For the last 6 weeks of the 1918 season, he pitched one day, then played the outfield the next 3 days, then pitched again, then played the outfield for the rest of the season. So he was a man pitching and playing the outfield and playing every day and hitting at the same time. It's one of the most extraordinary things in baseball history. He had 6 of the most extraordinary seasons. From 1926 to 1932, he averaged over 50 home runs a year for 6 years. He was so far ahead. He had twice as many as the others.
I know about y'all, but that's the kind of van somebody could talk me into getting into, you know? Hey, little girl, want some enchiladas? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Ozzie Albies coming on for your Atlanta Braves. Lefty-righty matchup as Jacob Latz coming in to try to slam the door. First pitch on the way. The four-seam fastball out wide. It's 1-0. Latz. 2026 All-Star for the Texas Rangers, the 1-0. Swing rips it down the line, foul. 1-1. 45 innings, 46 strikeouts. $18 saves on the season. The 1-1 swing and a miss over that changeup, 1-2. Filthy. Standing on deck is Matt Olson. In the hole is Harris. So once again, that left-hander issue is going to rear its ugly head. You've got Ozzie, the switch hitter, and then back-to-back lefties try to get a run on the board on this tough southpaw. The 1-2. In the dirt. And pops one up. I don't know if he actually hit that. Is he playing cricket there? That ball looked like it almost skipped off the dirt. F6 in your scorecard, one away. Ozzie didn't know what the hell he was going. He wanted to get out of that at bat quickly. He was lost. Outmatched for sure. Matt Olson, the batter, 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, 2 ground outs. Lefty-lefty matchup. Jacob Latz, the former starter, turned closer. Brings it. Swing and a miss over the slider. It's 0-1. At this point, you're just going for the downs here, see if you can run into one. Harris on deck. If they can get anything going, it would be Dubon and then Eli, the 0-1. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. 1-1. 1-1 count. If you're wondering if Olson were to get on, you could pinch run. Because there's the 1-1 pitch, high and out of the zone, 2-1. Got a couple options. A, Dubon has played first base in his time. Why wouldn't he? He's played everywhere else, right? But you've also got Farmer who can play first as well, sitting on the bench. So if Olson gets on, assuming it's not a home run, you could pinch run for him. The 2-1 pitch just grabs the outer edge. Man, that was close, but it did look like it hit the zone. 2-2. This will be a tough loss for the Braves, but the only positive that you can take away from it is that they've continued to score some runs. The pitching let them down today, specifically Tyler Kinley. But all in all, it was not a good outing for the Braves pitching or their defense. The 2-2, outside wide, and it's a full count. So a payoff pitch incoming. The payoff pitch. Turns and kicks. Check swing. Did he go around? They're going to say he did strike 3. Kind of an excuse me swing. Tried to hold up at the last second. They said he chased it off the plate. Pitch was about 2 inches off, but it was buzzing by him at 95 miles an hour. He tried to hold up. And the Braves are down to their last out. They do lead the series 1-0, so if we cannot score it here, rubber match tomorrow. Regardless, we'll be back 1:15 on Sunday. The first pitch Swung on, fouled back by Michael Harris. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. On deck, Dubon, who brought him home in the 7th. The pitch misses high, 1-1. 1-1 count. The southpaw comes set. Turns and delivers, misses high, and it is ball 2-1. Texas 7, Braves 6. Down to our final out. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Who wants it? Left fielder will call off the shortstop, and they don't collide, and that's the difference in the game. Texas wins it 7-6. The Braves lose a tough one. 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Texas.
Here's some things we can focus on. 1, we tried hard. And 2, we're still dear friends.
This sucks. It's horse but I'm too polite to say anything because I'm a class ass.
There isn't anything to do. We're done. We're licked. What do they do to us? Right now, we're caught as we're wanted. If it's amusement you're after, I guess the game's up.
Then it's all over with.
Oh, what a loser!
So goodbye, everybody, and remember, please, for the next day or so, the terrible lesson you learned tonight.
Oh no! We suck again!
Seven runs, 6 hits, 12 hits, no errors for Texas. 6 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for your Atlanta Braves. The Braves drop a tough one. They'll fall to 56-41 on the year, 28-19 at home. Texas will go to 50-48 and 26-26 on the road. If there was a game ball, we would have most likely given it to Eli White. He saved at least 2, probably 3 runs with a sliding catch in the 3rd inning. Of course, he had a 2-run home run. But we don't give game balls when we lose the game. And there you have it. MVP. Happy anniversary to Scotty and Bobby B. 10-year anniversaries, and they chipped into the pile with a couple of 10 spots. Appreciate you supporting the channel. And a shout out to Nickel the Pickle, who dropped in became a new member today and dropped a 2 spot as well. Y'all go enjoy your anniversary. We'll see everybody tomorrow. 1:15 will come on the air. 1:35 first pitch, and it's a chance to still win this series. Grant Holmes is on the bump for Atlanta. They still haven't announced it for Texas. We'll know by tomorrow, obviously. Have a good one, y'all. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville 9 that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, A pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.